There seems to be no end to the trouble for Pushpa 2 star Allu Arjun. Now, the December 4th Sandhya Theatre stampede has kept Allu Arjun mired in controversy with his brief arrest on December 13th. Vandalism at his Jubilee Hills residence on Sunday, and now the quizzing by Hyderabad cops amid a political slugfest. Currently, he's being questioned by senior cops, including Central Zone DCP, Chikkapadali ACP, and the SHO. As per sources, if investigation officer is not satisfied with the line of answers from Allu Arjun, then police might take him to Sandhya Theatre to ascertain the true facts, that is. Now, sources indicate that Hyderabad cops are preparing to approach the Supreme Court seeking the cancellation of his interim bail in this particular matter. But let's also tell you a shocking CCTV footage has emerged from December 4th. We'll play out those visuals on your screens, which shows the moment when fans stormed Sandhya Theatre. That's the particular moment that has been caught on camera. Now, the video shows security being swept away by wave of fans. Let's tell you, in fact, victim Revati can also be seen being taken out of the theatre in that particular video. This is that exact moment from December 4th when that unfortunate tragedy did unfold from Sandhya Theatre. All right, what you're also essentially looking at on your screens at the moment are two sets of visuals that will also play out, given the fact that what has happened today as well. Remember, he was summoned by the Hyderabad cops, and which is why he appeared a couple of hours ago this morning. We'll play out those visuals on your screens in terms of the fact that what you're seeing is of December 4th, one aspect of it. We'll also put out those visuals in terms of today, what has happened. While we speak, of course, the legal team of Allu Arjun did arrive at Sandhya Theatre as well. We'll continue to play out those visuals. What you're looking at in terms of this particular visual on the left hand of your screens is when Allu Arjun did appear this morning at the Chikkapadali Police Station. But remember, senior cops question Allu Arjun in this particular case. But the tragedy that unfolds in terms of the fact that he's not just been summoned, but a lot of allegations that were put forth. Now, these are the two set of visuals that I was just referring to, with, of course, on the left hand side, you're looking at that moment where the woman did die in the stampede. Revati, the victim in this particular case. On the right hand side of what we're picking up right now is Allu Arjun's legal team, which did arrive at the Sandhya Theatre. That's where the tragedy unfolded. Remember, it's just not the victim Revati who unfortunately lost her life, but son was also injured in this particular stampede incident. But what we're picking up as to how this has also panned out. Remember, after that brief arrest of Allu Arjun, he did address a press conference as well, while of course talking about how his entire team as well as him were feeling regretful about what had transpired. He said this was an attempt to also character assassinate his name, but on the other hand also pointed out how everything was being done from their end to combat the situation, to be also providing financial aid. But having said that, let's also tell you what has chronologically happened in this so far, or rather the late.
If I would go back to 4th of December, what happened, I would just like to explain few details. Even we were at that spot, but we reached around 9:30. But before we reached, Allu Arjun has reached there, and we couldn't enter into the theatre because in huge number fans gathered there. More than 2,000, 3,000 fans were present at that spot. Outside the theatre premises, inside the theatre premises, even on the dividers, entire roads leading to RTC Crossroad were jammed only because huge fans were there. And Allu Arjun was coming there. Rashmika Mandana and Sukumar, director, other production unit, they were coming there to watch the premiere, the first, show at the Sandhya Theatre. And at that spot, when Allu Arjun has arrived, fans tried, who were standing there to have the glimpse at the actor. When Allu Arjun arrived, they forcibly entered into the theatre, and that exclusive CCTV footage we have accessed, where we can clearly see, the bouncers trying to hit back at the fans, and fans went out of control. They just started running into the theatre, and that is the main gate of the theatre. So basically, from there you will be entering into the theatre, and from there to the left there is lower balcony, the right there is the balcony. So at that spot, This woman, Sandhya, this woman, and in Sandhya Theatre, this woman, Revati, was standing along with her kid, and they fell unconscious after Allu Arjun has arrived, and huge crowd entered, barged into the theatre, thronged into the theatre, and, at that time, they fell unconscious. They were immediately, brought out, and we got those visuals as well, and we are the only channel present there at that spot, and VJ Kiran managed to get that shots where, three victims brought out, including Revati and also Sritej and another youngster. And the CPR was conducted by the police immediately outside the premises, immediately to clear the crowd. They have, conducted the lathi charge. After the mild lathi charge, they have conducted the, performed the CPR and, shifted from there to the local hospital. But unfortunately, Revati died, and, the boy, the kid, he was injured and his brain got damaged and is still at the hospital undergoing treatment at the local super specialty hospital. And the other youngster, fortunately, he got revived after the police performed CPR. So we have access that exclusive CCTV footage where we can clearly see how, a crowd went out of control, how they barged into the theatre, how, Revati fell down inside, how she was brought out in unconscious state.
All right, that is Soumit Yakati putting things into perspective in terms of chronologically speaking, what we're picked up, what has happened since December 4th, that is that unfortunate night where it did unfold. That is the particular moment on your screens that is playing out. Of course, you're looking at two set of visuals that we continue to show you. On the left hand of your screens, you're looking at the fact that the Pushpa 2 stars legal team has arrived at Sandhya Theatre. Now, what are sources indicating here? The cops, one angle is, of course, that they will be looking to approach the top court, but the other aspect of the fact that just to ascertain the claims that were made by Allu Arjun, that would be put into context with perhaps him being brought to Sandhya Theatre to be recreating that. More importantly here, like Soumit was also pointing out, it isn't just the fact that Revati, the victim, unfortunately lost her life in that incident, but also her son was injured, and he also in fact was diagnosed with a brain damage, and that's exactly what he's going on to point out. After which, of course, we saw more legal setback for the actor when he was briefly arrested, and at that point when he did address the press conference, he went on to point out that while he and his team have been doing everything in their situation to be reaching out to the victim and their family, at the end of the day he finds himself in this particular situation as well, because CCTV footage has emerged, not just of the fact about what we're looking at the moment from that particular day, but also a CCTV footage in question, which really raised questions from the police's side, because with the fact that during that press conference, Allu Arjun did go on to point out that he wasn't informed about the situation, but the cops denied that particular charge and then put that CCTV out, which also raised several eyebrows. But let's listen in once again.
That Allu Arjun will be countered when it comes to the claims made by him. In the first video he released, so he claimed that he doesn't know about the incident when it reported on the 4th December night itself. He only knew on the 5th December morning, and also police have claimed on Sunday, that last Sunday, that DCP and ACP went inside. Even Chief Minister has on record has stated this. So DCP, ACP went inside the theatre. They informed Allu Arjun that this incident has reported outside the Sandhya Theatre, and you'll have to leave the theatre immediately. Is what police have confirmed. Is what Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has said in the on record in the Assembly House. And now the questioning is going on, and Allu Arjun has been questioned. So we have put out these, these might be the questions, is what we have since beginning we are running. And now these questions have been posed to Allu Arjun, and in response we have exclusive confirmation from the Allu Arjun's team. And Allu Arjun's team has clearly stated that Allu Arjun answered all the questions without hesitation during interrogation, and Arjun gave answers to many key questions asked by the Chikadpalli police. And police asked that, did you know that Revati has died? When did you know about that? The next day is what the question is. And Allu Arjun has clearly stated that, yes, on the next morning, I got to know about this incident, about this unfortunate incident where Revati died. So I didn't know about this. On the 4th December night, is what Allu Arjun has stated during the questioning, during the grilling by the police, and none of them met me. So police have asked that DCP and ACP met you, right? So they came inside the theatre and they informed you, right, about the incident happening outside the happened outside the Sandhya Theatre. So he said that none of them met me. They spread falsehoods about me to the media. This is what Allu Arjun has stated, and we got exclusive, sources information from Allu's team, and the questioning is still going on. It's been more than 2 hours, so we'll have to wait and see whether he will be taken to the Sandhya Theatre, whether, after questioning, he will be, let off, he will be asked to go to his residence. So we'll have to wait and see. But yes, these are we have exclusively accessed the line of questions. We have exclusively accessed the line of answers.
Details that Times Network has got, where sources are also suggesting in terms of the questioning, the line of questioning. In fact, while we're given to understand, sources suggesting, number one, that Allu has been cooperative in the investigation so far. Remember, it's been at least 2 hours since he was not just summoned to the police station, but has also been interrogated in this particular case. But having said that, what Soumit was also pointing out and putting into context earlier as well, that particular statement that did come in from the Pushpa 2 star while addressing a press conference stating that nobody had met him. This is at that particular point of time where the incident unfolded, visuals playing out on your screens of the Sandhya Theatre stampede fallout. Akanksha Khajuria has also been keeping us ahead with this. Akanksha tells us more.
Of life here. In fact, this is a place where thousands of people had in fact gathered on December 4th. There's a main road just on the right-hand side, but this area is still very cramped. So one can imagine how claustrophobic and chaotic it must have been on December 4th. That is 20 days back. Now let me take you closer to this iron grill here, of which my colleague Soumit has accessed the CCTV footage of. This is where the chaos, in fact, started. The fans here tried to push through. In fact, they managed to break this iron grill, and this still has not been repaired. It has been tied with this, lock right here. And this is, in fact, the stairs from which Revati was brought outside the building in unconscious condition. This is also the place where on the top of these stairs, this is where the bouncers were standing, and they were beating up the fans with the stick in their hand. So this is the exact place where the chaos ensued 20 days back. This iron grill is still broken. It has been tied by this lock and this chain right here. So this is the exact spot, and what we are learning is that even though the questioning is underway, if the police is not satisfied with the answers that are given by Allu Arjun, he could be brought here, and that is why his legal team was here at the spot just a while back to basically take a recce of this area. Police was also there. In fact, outside Sandhya Theatre, there's heavy deployment of police here. So in all likelihood, if the police is not satisfied with the answers that are given by Allu Arjun, he could be brought here. Let me also show you the fan frenzy here and how mad the fans are for Allu Arjun. You can see here the posters of Allu Arjun with All India Allu Arjun Fans and Welfare Association written here. There's a big poster there of Allu Arjun Army written there, and this is exactly the place. And Pratibha, this is not a very big space. This is a very cramped space. You can see there are few people here. Still, it appears very cramped. So one can only imagine how claustrophobic it would have been on December 4th. There were thousands of people, what we're learning here, right by this main road. And that, in fact, led to the chaos here. And we showed you that grill where this chaos started. And the fans pushed through the grill and barged inside this Sandhya Theatre. Back to you, Pratibha.
Right, Akanksha, as you get us those details in terms of the fact that she went on to tell us about the on-ground situation, that is, of course, what has also become the next bone of contention in terms of were there bigger lapses in question concerning the fact that this area is also pretty small, which is why a lot of them did get stuck in the manner which they did. Look at the visuals on your screens at the moment. That is that particular moment where Revati, the victim, unfortunately lost her life. And at the same point of time, you can look at how packed it was while all of them did come for that premiere show of the film Pushpa 2 of actor Allu Arjun. But at the same point of time, while the CCTV video from December 4th has emerged, earlier what Samit, our colleague, was also pointing out in terms of how the line of questioning at the moment is underway. He's been interrogated for the past at least 2.5 hours. What we're given to understand in terms of line of questioning, where Times Network sources have told Times Network, that is, number one, if they've taken permission to bring private security guards. Let's listen in once again.
And also, if he doesn't cooperate with the investigation agency, then that is for sure will be used against him. Even sources have exclusively confirmed us that, if he doesn't cooperate with the police, then because High Court in the interim order copy clearly stated that he should be cooperating with the police in the ongoing investigation when it comes to the Sandhya Theatre incident. So, he should be cooperating, is what High Court has ordered, and as part of the investigation, as part of the ongoing inquiry, the police have summoned, Allu Arjun to the police station, and it's been more than 2 hours now. The questioning is going on. So, if the after the questioning, if it is noticed that the investigation officer is not happy, is not satisfactory with the line of answers from the Allu Arjun, then for sure that will be used against Allu Arjun in the court when they challenge the interim bail, because they'll also quote this, that he's not cooperating with the police, which has been ordered by the High Court, and it is nothing but violation of the High Court order. So High Court has to cancel the interim bail is what the request will be. And on the other hand, Allu team has confirmed us that he's cooperating with the police, and he's answering all the questions without any hesitation.
All right, Samut. In fact, as you pointed out in a nutshell, you're going on to point out that if Allu Arjun doesn't cooperate with the police during the questioning, the police might use that against the actor in the High Court when they challenge the interim bail. Remember, when he was arrested and let off after a brief relief, this is another legal setback for the actor, while, of course, he continues to be questioned. Putting that into context as to what sources are indicating to Times Network, with what Samit was also pointing out, the line of questioning which we have access, we'll try playing those graphics out as well. With what that line of question is. Number one, being asked to the actors, did you take permission to bring private security guards? Number two, about which agency did the bouncers belong to? Also, another line of questioning, what we've gathered is that does the bouncers agency have permission to send bouncers? So you're looking at several of those line of questioning that is playing at the moment, while cops, of course, continue to quiz the actor in the Chikkapatali police station where he appeared this morning. Let's also tell you that the other question that was put forth is, do the bouncers agency have permission to send bouncers? Were you aware that bouncers in charge didn't allow police to approach you at the theatre? This has also become a small bone of contention, given the fact that the cops' version is differing from what Allu Arjun did put out in that press conference after he was released on interim bail. The other question, what sources are indicating that have told Times Network, is that what the actor has been asked is, do all bouncers carry ID cards in question? Are bouncers entitled to be private security guards? And do you know that bouncers pushed the cops performing duty at Sandhya Theatre? This is also concerning the fact that, remember, the commissioner, while addressing the press conference as well about the allegations that the actor himself stated that he wasn't notified about the tragedy, is why that has come into context as well. All right, so this is the fact that we're showing you several visuals, but let me break that down for you. On your extreme left, what you're looking at is Allu Arjun's legal team, which arrived a while ago at the Sandhya Theatre. This is where the tragedy unfolded. In the middle, of course, you're looking at the Allu Arjun, the actor, in fact, who finds himself in troubled water over that incident. He was given a notice by the Chikkapatali police station, which is why he appeared this morning. And on your right hand of your screens is the fact that what we're looking at is of the Sandhya Theatre tragedy, where the deceased woman was, of course, trapped in that particular crowd. That is that exact moment. We'll continue to track that big development and a lot more that's unfolding concerning not just his questioning that's being done by the cops at the moment, but what else we're picking out. But